The History of the Belgian 50 centimes coin, 1975. A bronze ode to Belgium's soul. In the rolling fields and historic cities of Belgium, a tiny bronze coin from 1975 whispers a powerful tale of industry, art, resilience, and national unity. This 50 centimes piece, worth half a Belgian franc, may look ordinary today, but it carries the heartbeat of a nation that rose from coal mines and sculptors' studios. Belgium, squeezed between France, Germany, and the Netherlands, has always balanced two languages, two cultures, and one proud industrial past. The 1975 Belgian version, Dutch text, is a perfect emblem of that balance. Let us journey through its front and back, the genius who crafted it, the reasons it was born, and its quiet value in today's global market. A story as rich as the copper in its veins. Hello, friends. Welcome to Vault of Old Coins. Here we bring you the oldest, the rarest, and the most mysterious coins from around the world. Do you want to know which coin is worth millions? Which coin is hiding one of history's biggest secrets? And which coin looks ordinary today, but could make you rich tomorrow? So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's open the Vault of Old Coins. The story begins long before 1975. Belgium gained independence in 1830 and launched its own franc in 1832, divided into 100 centimes. Early coins showed kings and coats of arms. After the horrors of World War II, the Royal Mint in Brussels wanted designs that celebrated the common worker, not just royalty. In 1951, Mint director Georges Verland invited two master sculptors, Armand Bonnetin and Marcel Rau. After test strikes, Rau's vision won. Marcel Rau, 1886 to 1966, a Brussels-born medalist trained under the great Paul Dubois, had already designed coins for King Leopold III. His new 20 and 50 centime series was revolutionary. It replaced royal portraits with a humble miner. The front side, obverse, is the star of the show. A coal miner, helmet on his head, faces left with quiet dignity. To his right glows a Davy safety lamp, the very tool that saved thousands of lives in dark tunnels. Under the lamp sits the tiny signature Rau. This is no random drawing. The miner is directly adapted from the masterpieces of Constantin Meunier, 1831 to 1905, Belgium's Rodin of the North. Meunier was a social realist giant who spent years painting and sculpting the sweat and suffering of miners, dockers, and steelworkers in the Borinage region. His famous The Miner statue and the unfinished Monument to Labor turned ordinary laborers into national heroes. By placing Meunier's miner on millions of everyday coins, Rau gave Belgium's working class eternal honor. The image symbolizes strength, danger, and hope, the same qualities that built Belgium's coal and steel empire in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Why a miner in 1952 and still in 1975? Because Belgium's economy still ran on coal. Mines in Wallonia fed factories across Europe. The design was a deliberate tribute to industry, chosen over fancy crowns or abstract symbols to honor the men who kept the lights on after 2 world wars. It was also practical, small, tough bronze coins that could survive pockets and vending machines. Now flip the coin to the backside, reverse. Here sits the royal crown of Belgium proudly above the big 50 and the word centimes. The year 1975 nestles below, splitting the denomination. Arched above everything is België, the Dutch word for Belgium. The crown reminds everyone that the kingdom still stood under King Baudouin I, who ruled from 1951 to 1993. The lettering is bold and clear, designed so even a tired factory worker could read it quickly. Belgium's bilingual reality demanded 2 separate coins every year, one with België for the Flemish North, one with Belgique for the French South. In 1975, the Brussels Mint struck exactly 7 million Dutch versions and another 7 million French versions, 14 million tiny bronze ambassadors of unity. The coin was made at the historic Royal Mint of Belgium in Brussels. Marcel Rau had passed away 9 years earlier in 1966, but his dies lived on. Skilled mint workers used the same master punches he had created in the early 1950s. The bronze alloy, 95% copper, 3% tin, 2% zinc, gave the coin a warm reddish glow and perfect durability. Diameter 19 millimeters, weight 2.75 grams, light enough for change but heavy enough to feel real in your palm. Why was it made in 1975 specifically? Simple, everyday need. After the 1973 oil crisis, Belgium faced inflation and economic pressure, yet people still bought bread, tram tickets, and newspapers with small change. The 50 centimes filled that gap perfectly. It was never a commemorative coin, just honest money for honest work. Production continued until 2001. Then, on 28 February 2002, all Belgian francs were demonetized when the euro arrived. Millions of these coins were melted or saved in jars. Today, in the international numismatic market, this 1975 Belgian 50 centimes is 7 million struck that year alone, and tens of millions across the whole series. It is wonderfully common. On Numista, eBay, or auction sites, a circulated example sells for just 10 to 100 US dollars. A beautiful uncirculated piece might reach 100 to 1,000 US dollars. Sometimes during the minting process, minor errors can occur, such as off-center strike. The design is slightly shifted to one side. Weak strike. The image or lettering appears faint or blurry. Die crack. A fine line or crack appears on the coin. Clipped plancher. The edge of the coin is cut or missing. How much can these errors be worth? Regular coin, same 10 to 100 US dollars. Minor error, 3,000 to 500,000 US dollars. Clear and attractive error, $10 to $12 million or more, very rare cases. It is the everyday hero. Collectors love it not for price, but for story. A direct link to Meunier's art, Rau's craftsmanship, and Belgium's lost mining era. In America or anywhere, you can still buy one for the price of a cup of tea and hold a piece of European industrial poetry in your hand.